gentlemen, today we're making history. This flight 757 is a maiden flight out of JFK Airport, flying into Argyle International Airport.
Dedication and desperation, nationals made their contributions, eliminating our frustration. From our neighboring islands, their taxes so high, we want to cry. Cuba, Taiwan and Venezuela, Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago.
Now I'm here on the main road, the Windward Highway going to the Argyle International Airport site. Where you see that car now past there, just heading to Kingston. And over here, just on the side, is where you have the Monk Oak Methodist Church office, or the house for the preacher. And as I turn with you, you see the gap going up there to go to the Monk Oak Methodist Church. Now if you're wondering where the road to go that you will have to use to go to the Warwick Beach when the airport is in operation, now you're going to have an idea now as I show you. Now right where I'm standing here on the side, as you look in this grass area, you're going to turn off right if you're coming from Kingston into this grass area. And on the side here where this old building is, the Club Casablanca, you're going to turn off in this general area here, right going down there on this grass area from off the main road. Here is the main road coming from Kingston. So as you get to this point, you're going to turn right, coming down in this area, and this is the general area where I enter the airport from coming off the main road, which is a shorter area for me to get to the southern end of it. When the area is finished and when the road is being built, this is the area you're going to use. Those of you who are coming from Kingston and Lower Leeward side wanting to go to Warwick, this is the road you're going to travel on, passing south of the outside of the airport fence and going to Warwick.
May peace reign on our beautiful shores. Thanks to all those engineers, Cubans and Pimsy workers. They move mountains, diverted rivers, toil in the sun.
Last week we were here in this area, and remember I told you the week before that there was been some drilling in the rock here, and then last week we had the rock, in that week we had the rock being blasted and the rubble removed. Well, this week you can see there has been more work done here, and now this bank side has gotten higher. That is because more work has been done here by pushing off a lot of the rocks that has been blasted over the bank side here, just behind of me here where you're looking at right now. And just immediately below me, as I go a little bit closer to the edge, the caterpillar down there and the trucks are down there being loaded with the soil coming exactly from this area. And one truck has just been loaded and has gone down at the bottom of the riverside close to the Stubbs Bay to offload its load. And another truck over there we see is coming to be loaded, and the caterpillar is directly below me, but I cannot actually see it from where I'm at here because it's a bank side. But as you can see, the truck is backing up right where the truck is coming. The caterpillar is below the bank. You can't actually see it from where I'm at here because I can't go any closer, but the truck is backing up here to be loaded. And there you can see the caterpillar now removing the dirt from here not only this truck, but there are other bigger trucks that are moving down from higher up to take down to the bankside. As you can see, the amount of trucks that are heading in this area. These trucks are taking the soil from here at the bankside that has been pushed over from the McConaughey Hill down to the bottom as they widen this area of the southern end of the runway. And over there in the distance, you can see the leveling off, the grading off of this area, where over there we had a lot of mounds of dirt, and now the caterpillar over the past week has graded off that, making it a level area. And there you can see the truck now is being loaded as one of those small trucks, and moving away from my left over there is another bigger truck. So they're taking different soil down to the bottom where the stubs, where they are reclaiming the land down there and then dumping. And over there in the distance on the southernmost end between the stopway and the turning head itself, you can see some concrete work has been done there over the past week, because last week when we were there, they just had the box in for the lighting being fitted in place, and now we can see the concrete work has been done over the past week with just about a small piece left to be done. And this is what we have here today on the hillside of the McConaughey Hill as I start my tour with you Saturday the 30th day of May 2015. All this bankside that you're looking at here will be removed eventually, and the road to Warraku coming from the stubs end will be passing somewhere in this area. You see where all that mountain of dirt is? This is going to be pushed away, but I can't say yet for sure where the road is going to pass, but I know for sure it's going to pass in this general area. But as the work continues, we will get to see exactly the route where the road will pass. And as you look over there in the distance, you can see a wide area. And when we get over there, I'm going to take a closer look, because more than likely the road to Warraku will be passing somewhere on the flat over in that area. But I cannot say as yet exactly where it's going to pass. But more than likely and for sure, I know it will be passing outside of the perimeter fence of the airport. But where that will be at this moment, I cannot say for sure. But based on what I have seen on the plan, it is going to pass somewhere outside in that flat area and to go to Warraku. But as time progresses and the work continues here at the airport site, we will be able to tell how things are going to work out. But if you look down there, you can see trucks are going down with stones and other dirt, and we also have a grader. It's grading off, leveling off the area to make it nicely, because as the trucks go down, what happens is that because of the load they're carrying, some of the dirt and the stones fall off on the side of on the road, and small stones sometimes get between the wheels of the trucks or sometimes cause puncture to the truck. So this grader is ensuring that the road is smooth so that the trucks going down wouldn't have any problem with small stones or good-sized stones damaging their wheels as they go down. But we have the gully right down here, and it's heading way down to the sea, with all the water coming out from the main road, running across the main road down into that drain, that area that I showed you a while ago where the road is going to pass, and it comes all the way down here. So right now, this is what we have here at the bottom, here on the south side of the airport, the southwestern side of the airport, as I this truck you're seeing in the right coming here with all those stones. These stones were taken from off the hillside over there on the east where the stone crushing plant is. A lot of boulders like this on this truck that are over there that are being taken down to the bottom. And you can see the stone on the truck, how it is. And no doubt, look at it as it goes down there with all those stones to dump. So all different kinds of material, boulders, trucks with dirt, trucks with stone and dirt mixed together, heading down to the flats down at the stops beside where they are backfilling the streets. Are you seeing the grader that was once cleaning off the roadway here for these trucks? It is now doing some grading off there, leveling off this area where we have gone past the stop of the runway, and you can see it there performing its task by pushing the dirt off and making this area a level area here on the southernmost end of the runway. So the work here at the Argyle International Airport continues to the Saturday, the 30th day of May 2015. All of this area here as you're looking at right now, where you see all these rubbles, the dump, eventually all of this will be pushed one side and we'll have this area level off. Now the dust out here is very high, as you can see out there in the distance, but we have a caterpillar here leveling off this area, and what I have noticed is that there was some pushing away. See all these concrete waste you see in here. These came from when the trucks were dumping concrete on this area down here. And after they're finished, they will wash the trucks out, and all of these, what you're seeing here, is the waste from after the concrete has been used and the truck does its washing. But all here we have, it's going to be leveled off and come in a flat area, and somewhere in this area be sure we're going to have the road that is coming from the stop side to take you to Warraku, and it will be coming from somewhere up in that area up there on the bank from the main road, coming down, traveling across outside of the perimeter of the airport site and over to Argyle. But exactly how this is going to be done, I cannot say now, but as time progresses, we will see what transpires. But over there in the distance, you can see the trucks continue to be loaded, and they're taking the dirt and the stones from what was pushed over from the bank up there down to the side at the stub and where they are reclaiming the land.
Embracing our commitment, witnessing our achievement. They are lifesavers when we meet good neighbors. Argyle International Airport, we flying. Argyle International Airport. dressing. Say peaceful and the grenadines. It's a blessing. A visionary with an illustrious plan. The gods put a blessing on this man.
Last week when I was across this area, I told you that there's going to be some blasting here during the week because orange wires that I saw buried into the rocks. Well, yes, there has been some blasting here and I am still on the ground area, but I can see the difference in this section. Difference tells me that there has been some blasting. Now a lot of the stones have been pushed over. But I will be going up on top the hill to show you a bit more of it. But I just want to show you from down here on the flat that yes, there has been some blasting. Not a great, not a big one, but some blasting has been done here over the past week. And here we have a lot of stones that no doubt will be removed later on and dumped in many different areas where these stones will be needed for the construction of this site. I am here now on top of the hillside where we had the fuse wire and the explosive being planted in the rocks. On this side of the airport site, on the eastern, the southeastern end actually, and on the hill which I believe is called Fort Hill. I am not positively sure of the different hills here, but I was told this hill is called Fort Hill. Last week when I was here, I show you the fuse wire being buried into this rock and told you that there is going to be some blasting here of this rock over the week coming. And this was exactly done because here we can see the difference in this hillside where the rocks have been blasted and the stones here are being pushed over to the side. But there is no work taking place here today, but work was done here over the past week since my last visit.
Hi Mom, it's your daughter
So
Argyle.
this is our follow-up coverage of this area at the back of the south end of the runway down at the Stubbs Bay. They continue to dump truckloads of stones, boulders and dirt taken from other areas, and over there on the side on the flat we see a number of truckloads of dirt being dumped there, and what happens is that the caterpillar then pushes the dirt over the bank and flows down here to the bottom. But today we have truckloads upon truckloads of stones mixed with dirt, and we also have boulders taken from the hillside where I'm standing here, more towards the northern end, and being dumped down there at the seaside, reclaiming some of the land there. And what I understand that they're doing, they're making a breakwater, and you know, but it's looking nice from here. And some people are wondering if it's down here the road to Argyle will be passing, but I don't think that will be, because right below me is a big deal of rock, and if the road is going to have to be passed, it means that they will have to backfill a lot of area going right around on this hillside where I'm standing. So more than likely the road will be passing on the flat area over there where I just came from, where the caterpillar is leveling off. We have a number of wide land space there, so more than likely the roadway is going to be passing in that area and probably link up with the road that coming from Argyle just over the bank there where the stone mill is. Now, so this is what we are having here today. as I continue my coverage here of the work, giving you blow by blow in the areas where they are doing work, where development is taking place, so that you can see for yourself the progress of the work that has been taking place here at the Argyle International Airport site week after week. So today we have a considerable amount of work being done here on that hillside where we have the Makoniami Hill. A great deal of concentration is being paid there, where the bank side is coming down bit by bit, and they are leveling off around the area of the airport site, around the runway, where no doubt we're going to have the laying down of the perimeter fence soon. I'm just giving you a peek of the bank side here, because if the road will be passing to Waraku down at the bank below down there where they're backfilling, then it means all this area will have to be filled as well in order to have the road pass here, because this is the bank side that we have here on this side of the airport side. Now over there where we are, you can see the trucks. A truck is being loaded with boulders, and this truck will be taking these boulders down to the bottom side where they are doing the backfill. And we can see a considerable amount of crushed stones that are being stockpiled here to be used when the time comes for it to be used. And over in the distance, as you can see, is the Waraku Pond over there, looking beautiful from this side. But I am here at the bank side on the southeastern end of the runway, the area where we have all those stones packed up, where the trucks being loaded with stones to be taken to the crushing plant, and some trucks are being loaded with boulders to be taken down to the bottom end of the runway where they are doing the backfilling.
Where there is despair, there is hope. Light a candle, don't close the door.
Hello. Hi Mom, it's your daughter Andrea. We've just landed at the Argyle International Airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Argyle International Airport.
JetBlue is landing, Delta is landing, British Airways landing, American Airlines landing, Caribbean Airlines landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're making history. This flight 757 is a maiden flight out of JFK Airport, flying into Argyle International Airport.
Dedication and desperation, nationals made their contributions, eliminating our frustration from our neighboring islands. Their taxes so high, we want to cry. Cuba, Taiwan and Venezuela, Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago, embracing our commitment, witnessing our achievement. They are lifesavers when we need good neighbors. Argyle International Airport, we flying. Argyle International Airport, we landing. Argyle International Airport, we progressing.
I am here under the bank side of what I believe to be is the Johnson Hill. Now, on top of the hill up there is the roadway to go to Waraku. Currently, the roadway you use to go to Waraku. You're coming down to the Argyle Gardens area, which is behind me, and that is south of the Petroclip Hill. Come across the runway strip, down to the seaside, they're turning right onto the old Argyle road and travel on the way coming back over. If you're going to the IADC office or to the Warako Beach. But down here on the flat is where I'm at. On my right is the airport strip where they're now doing some asphalt work. As I pan with you so that you can see a little bit of it, there is the control tower, and right where that truck is and the asphalt lane plant is where they do the asphalt work on the 2nd kilometer of the runway currently. But I am standing here on the eastern side where we have a sample of the fencing already up. But before me we have a number of holes already drilled here in the ground, lining up with the one fencing that they have already put up here, and it is below the bank side of that roadway that is taking you to Warako. Now I'm showing you the holes here that we have. This is about the second one, and we have a number of them already being drilled right there. So as it appears, as what I'm seeing here, the fencing for the perimeter of the fencing for the runway, the airport site, is going to be running in this area, because one is already up and the holes for the others are already drilled. Last week when I was here in this area, we only had about 3 holes thereabout drilled, but now we have a number of holes which were drilled over the past week since my last visit. Now you are having a close-up look at the fencing that we have here. We have at the bottom our concrete slabs, and you know before we had some holes being drilled into the ground. So more than likely, if I'm not incorrect, and I believe I'm correct, this green upright here, this green pole you're seeing here, should have gone right down into the hole, poured with concrete, and now a section of the fence is in. Now we have some holes in the concrete itself, and those I believe are drain holes for water for drainage purpose. Now I'm going to the back of this to see if I can see exactly how it's been hooked up here on, to give you a better understanding. Now if you look closely with me, you can see like some drills, a screw is bolted in there. So now this is being hooked from the back, and the side of it is bolted into this. I am not sure how the others are going to be laid down, but this is what we have here, the fence. And somebody asked, I wonder how high it is. It's more than 6 feet, it's about 10 feet high. And from the base of the concrete, that is, looks to me about 10 feet up, there about. Not too sure as yet, but the height of it looks like about 10 feet from the base of the concrete where it is. So this is the fencing. One of it has gone up, and maybe it has been done as a sample so that those of you who are coming to the airport site can have a look at it. But what appears to be happening, you also have holes that are being drilled right down over there, and no doubt by next week when I come back here, I am going to see more of this fence up. And we know the fencing has started, and the leader of our opposition party says it's going to take the IADC about a year to get this fencing up. But looking at the way these things are, I don't think it's going to take that long, because these are things that can be done during the day and with light at night. So And I don't think the rain will hamper the concrete works, because this is not a particular concrete that needs to be done when it is dry, but it can be done during the wet and the dry weather. So you have here a sample of what the fencing is like. It is coated with a green coating, and no doubt I am sure it can withstand the sea blast from the Argyle seaside. So this is the type of fencing we have, different from the one we have at E.T. Joshua, which is a train link kind of fence. And this one, the structure you put up there must be precise so that this fencing can fit properly without any problems. There you have it now. As you can see, last week they just had the holes dug there, and from what I have seen last week, I suspected that here is where they're going to put up the fence. Now that you see for yourself. And like I have told you, sometimes you don't even have to ask questions, but from observation, from looking at what is taking place, you can figure out for yourself what is actually going to take place. You only have to keep monitoring the work, and then you will get the information without even asking a question. So this is what we have, and today is Saturday the 30th day of May 2015. And once more I'm here with you at the Argyle airport side, giving you some coverage as to the work that is taking place here currently. The asphalt work on the airstrip continues today after what appears to be a week break to allow them to work on another area. But where you're looking at right in front of us there, if you look straight across, you can see there one section, about 3 or 4 sections each in the pavement of the asphalt layer so far, and over in the distance we have the cargo apron area. So this is just to give you an idea as to how far up they have reached. They are well into the 2nd kilometer of the runway, and down below us here they are coming up with another layer to continue with this asphalt work, and right straight across from one end to the next is about 11 layers of strip that they have to lay down here to complete the width of this section that they are doing. And now we have them working on one, and about 3 or 4 have already been reached up to a particular point, and they are in the process of bringing up this other strip. And we have down there a truck is offloading the asphalt right now, and another one behind me is waiting to back up to the asphalt layer to lay down the asphalt. While we have up here stone rollers compacting the stones of the area that we now have some stone being laid, but has not yet been sprayed with the asphalt spray. But all in front of us here, we already have the asphalt spray done, and the asphalt is now being laid here on in the 2nd kilometer of the run. So today, Saturday, the 30th day of May, we have asphalt work actually taking place as I speak with you here on the 2nd kilometer of the runway. I'm on the western side of the runway strip, and as you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 layers have already been laid. They are coming up with what appears to be the 8th layer. Truck there seems as though it has already dumped its load and is about to move, and we have another truck waiting to back up to offload its load there into that asphalt layer as the work continues here on the runway section of the airport site. And there is the other truck over there. Soon it will be backing up to offload, and you can see the movement there. That blade that covers the asphalt over there is moving its way back, and you can see the movement of it back. Roll up there. This is how these trucks are equipped, with a screen like to cover whatever load they are carrying, whether dirt, asphalt or sand, to prevent it from exposing to the wind. And you can see the truck reversing its way back, and it's going to dump its load into the asphalt layer as work continues. And down there in the distance we have the compactor compacting. And this, mind you, is the first of 2 layers that will be placed here on this runway. I'm now at the where they're doing the general aviation apron area, and they're actually doing concrete works there as they continue with the paving of this area of the apron. Now they are on the final piece, and as you will see, they do every other piece where the 2 inner pieces are facing each other. Like this one here, they're doing, and then after this is cured or dried, they remove the siding and then they cast the one inside where the 2 outside section of the molding are facing each other. So they do every other molding that they put down. Okay. So they are in the final end of this one here, the final strip going down there at the end, and now you see they're pouring the concrete works there in this section of the apron area. As you have it here today, Saturday the 30th day of May 2015. Now the guy with the pump is going to start operating to spread this concrete work and mix everything together. I don't know how much you can remember about this commercial apron section, but let me remind you a little bit. When they did this section, they got up to this point where you see the joint. So we had a space in between right here going straight down towards that gutter area. If you can remember those trees hanging out there on the side. But not too long ago they started to do some work here in this area to fill up back this, to bring it to the level of the others. And now on the side here we have the drainage way. Now since we get the cement, a recent shipment of cement, we have had a considerable amount of concrete works done in this area of the commercial apron to complete it, to link it with the siding of this drain that we have here. So now way back down there in the distance, men are working to put up the siding and putting a little plastering on the wall here where we have those steels, and then they're going to use some 2x4 to make some sidings, and then they're going to cast the concrete to bring it up to this level later on. Now you're seeing an example of what I was telling you about. All the way down on this side, on the side of the commercial apron, there was this space leave to put down the concrete slabs. But they have started it, and now they are doing some surveying work here to ensure that they have everything correct before we start putting in the other section of the concrete slabs. And it will come right up to this point, and then no doubt, based on what you're seeing there, the steel's hanging out, this section will be coming right out. How far out I cannot say. if it's as far out as to where this drain will be going, or if they're going to cut off before the end of where the drain is reaching. But this drain before us, that is running from the southern end down there right out here, that is going into the small river there, will be continuing out right out to the end, no doubt. And then the apron section up there will obviously continue alongside the drain to the distance to where it probably would reach. But how far out, I cannot say for sure. But for sure, based on what I'm seeing up there with all those steels hanging out, we're going to have an extension of this apron area back out towards the riverside. But this will be seen as time progresses, and currently right now we have our workmen here. They are doing the surveyor's work here and putting in the necessary markings to indicate where, and I can't say exactly what it's all about, but I know for sure, what I know for sure is that they're gonna have the continuation of the commercial section of the apron. And you see where he was just there with a stick, this individual, this worker here is marking the spot. And whatever he's putting there, I can't see yet because I'm not on that side. All these steels that you're seeing, these steel matting you're seeing, these are actually the steel frames that they use in the joints of the concrete where they're doing the apron area. Now where I'm standing here is this general area here, heading over to the riverside. And from what I'm seeing here, these steel no doubt will be used in the continuation of this apron section, because if you look over there, like I've shown you earlier up, we have the steels extending in the concrete, and this is not done for style. This is done like this because there's going to be a continuation of this concrete section coming way back out here. I don't know how far out it is going to reach, if it is going to reach flush with the gutter area we have there. But for sure, as I look at the works here, as I look at what is developed here, I know that we are going to have a continuation of this concrete works, and the steels are there so that it can tie in with that section that has already been done. On the side of the drain up there that we have running just in front of the terminal building, we have steels also extending out in that drainage way that we have heading over to the gutter area. So that is also there so that the concrete works that they're going to do in this area will be able to tie in to the concrete works. It is nearing 12 o'clock, and around 12, between 12 and 1, works here at the airport site in some and most of the areas usually come to a halt as men go for lunch. But we have concrete works being done on the apron area, and that work will have to continue until the guys reach to the finish point before they can actually go for lunch. As I speak with you, the truck is over there offloading its load of concrete, and in front of me, coming up down there in the distance, is another truck with concrete heading towards that apron area. And on the side there, by the gutter side, a truck that has just offload its load of concrete is going through the routine of washing out all that is left inside of it before it goes back to the batching plant for another load. We are here on the outside of the section of the river, the gutter area where we have. And if you're looking from west to east, this one is on the left hand side, the first one that has gotten to the end. Now I'm here at the side of it on the outside. All the bolts in this section here, they are in, tightened, and this area no doubt sooner or later will be filled with dirt and cement and sand and whatever materials they're going to use to build up this area. And soon we will have all this area will be filled up, and the culverts there on the side will be covered. Some of the bolts are yet to be tightened because they are just there fitted into the spot. As you can see, the bolts no doubt will soon have to be tightened. This one here, you see them, they're still spinning there, so you have to tighten them up, and then when they tighten, all this area is through. But we have all of them on this side, reach the end down there, and on the right hand side going down to the east, they already gotten a good distance down. But when I get back onto the other side here, I will show you exactly what is happening. And today I've seen a number of truckloads of cement, the hydraulic cement, heading towards the area where they're storing the cement. Cement, they have a shipment of cement coming in. As I speak with you right now, a truck has just left there, gone back out, maybe for another load. It's after 12 all now, so and between now and 1 o'clock, you will have the men are on lunch, so the place is dead right now. But I am still doing my tour and my covering the work that has been done here on the site of the airport. Where you see that house is up there on the hill, that first house. The IADC has already acquired that house, and what I have learned is that there are about 2 to 3 more houses in that area up there, and that stretch of the road there. They are going to work on acquiring those houses so that the people who are living there will eventually have to move from there. And all that area will be owned by airport side or the IADC, whichever you want to say. But right now, as it is, we have lunchtime. Guys are on lunch in some areas. Some areas they're still working, especially where they're doing the concrete works. So this is what we have, and from here I'm going to head up onto the other side, just crossing over this small gutter area here. And this gutter area you're looking at, the water is looking like this because the guys are washing out the cement truck into the river, the gutter area here. And this is the gutter water that constantly run here, that will be running through the gutter spanning we have at the back of me here. So this is always flowing, whether it rains or not, this water is always running here. So this is one of the runoff, or the water that will be running through the culvert at my back here, along with the water that will be coming off from the airport side when it rains. Because you see, extending out there just at the mouth side of the spanning is a culvert that will bring water from the area of the that will come off the road, and water that will fall off on the ground from the rain will flow through this area and come through the spanning behind. So I'm going to cross over here, and to get to the side where they have just in front of the petroglyph, I have noticed some development there. So as I get there, you're going to see what is taking place.
We are now seeing it through. May peace reign on our beautiful shores. Thanks to all those engineers, Cubans and Vinci workers. They move mountains, diverted rivers to rising. Where there is despair, there is hope. Light a candle, don't pass the dark.
Hello. Hi, Mom. It's your daughter Andrea. We've just landed at the Argyle International Airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Argyle International Airport.
JetBlue is landing, Delta is landing, British Airways landing, American Airlines landing, Caribbean Airlines landing.
Hello. Hi, Mom. It's your daughter Andrea. We've just landed at the Argyle International Airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Argyle International Airport.
JetBlue is landing, Delta is landing, British Airways landing, American Airlines landing, Caribbean Airlines landing.
Airport.
JetBlue is landing, Delta is landing, British Airways landing, American Airlines landing, Caribbean Airlines.